Well, the White House has released a map to show all of us how President Obama's executive action on immigration is going to help our states. According to the White House's Council of Economic Advisors, the president's amnesty will give California an $11.7 billion boost to its economy. But will it really? Here to weigh in is Douglas Holtz-Eakin, a former director of the Congressional Budget Office, joins us from the D.C. area. Douglas, good morning to you.
Morning, Steve.
Okay, so according to the White House, amnesty is going to help us all financially.
Yeah, let's just remember that the real dispute here is whether the president has exceeded his authorities under the Constitution. It's not really about immigration at all. It's about those constitutional authorities. It's certainly not about the economics, but in what is fairly standard White House fashion, they put this out to try to change the subject and to sell this idea to the American people. It's hard to believe these numbers, quite frankly. There's a pretty widely respected private firm called Remy that looked at the impact of legalizing all those here illegally permanently. So passing a law to do that, that's a much bigger deal than what the president did with his executive authority, so it would have much broader impacts. And so if you look at what the White House put out versus what they came up with for a much bigger policy, the White House is like 75% bigger, so it's just hard to believe these numbers.
Sure. In fact, we're going to put that first image up from this Remy outfit you're talking about. According to Remy, California is down 17%. Meanwhile, Delaware's up 5,254%. Where'd that come from?
Straight from the desk of Vice President Joe Biden, my guess. I don't know.
It's a little hard to believe. Plus, we've got the difference in yearly averages, which is the White House estimate, versus Remy. According to this, New York State, as you can see, down almost $300 million. Texas down $91 million. So you've worked in the government. Whose numbers would you believe? The White House's or this Regional Economic Models, Inc.?
I'm a pretty big fan of Regional Economic Models, Inc. And, you know, look, the White House Council of Economic Advisors is a widely respected unit. It's been there a long time. But it has to sell the president's policies. And its job is to put as much lipstick on this policy as it can, and that's what you're seeing here.
So you're just not buying it?
No, I think the American people should look at the real issue here, not these numbers on the map. And certainly, we need better economic. But this is not the way to do it.
And the real issue, you say, is whether or not the president has the constitutional authority to do this. A lot of people on the political right say he absolutely does not. And as we learned last night from John Boehner, they're going to sue him.
Yes, and it'll be settled in the way it should be. We'll let the courts decide it. You know, if we're going to have immigration reform, we should do it through the Congress, not through the president. Every poll of the American people agrees with that, by the way. And certainly, if we want to get better economic performance, we're not going to do it through executive action. We're going to do it by having better policies coming through the House, the Senate, and signed by the president.
Of course, by the time the courts settle this, somebody else is going to be president, and Barack Obama will weigh in on it from his presidential library somewhere. All right. Douglas Holtz-Eakin joined us today on this Thursday morning. Sir, thank you.